Welcome to HGC, where Angels Fear to Tread. This is our fifth pay-per-view. Now, this pay-per-view, I would say, has to be one of the easiest to books, like the build-up wise, as I feel like we really got a groove going. We got our roster set pretty well, and it's just a matter of getting them against each other in meaningful stories. I am trying to keep the mic away a little bit, just because I feel like if I listen back, I can hear the breathing a little bit, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm trying to speak up a little bit. Anyways, Untouchables defeat Island Boys here. Island Boys help Sid Streets out in his feud versus Untouchables, so this is just a way to kind of pay that off and to keep them out from being part of the show later on. We do follow that up with Jack Bruce defending the Cruiserweight title here versus Electrico Golden Fox and the Danger Kid. Jack Bruce has been our Cruiserweight champion now, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing how he develops. He is in his 97, 90, yeah, 97 Chris Jericho era. A bit of irony because we're 97 in game, but that's kind of like the point of where I'm comparing Jack Bruce right now, where he's facing the cruiserweights and the mask guys and kind of just being a dick. Yeah, so happy with that. Speaking of being a jerk, Alex Braun's backstage kind of mocking Dark Eagle for losing the cruiserweight title, but Money Walker, who's kind of just off on the side, knowing that Dark Eagle doesn't speak English, will ask Alex Braun, "Well, have you ever been champion here?" No? All right, then shut up. So it's a way to kind of show that Alex Braun is a jerk, that Monty Walker is like a good guy babyface, and Dark Eagle doesn't speak English, so it's a way to kind of use him as well as give him a feud going forward. Dusty Streets defeats Romeo Heartthrob here in a basic match. Romeo is jealous of Dusty for the "You Still Got It" chance. Dusty picks up the win here, mocking Romeo after a match with more "You Still Got It" chants, even though the crowd was chanting "You Don't Got It" at Romeo's hair. I feel like it was a fun way to continue that little storyline. Following that, we have Troy Tornado going up to Flapjack Flanagan saying, "You know what? I prefer waffles over pancakes. Pancakes, aka Flapjack." Just kind of a little dumb angle to kind of have a break of tension after the Troy and Dusty. Maybe I could have put on more of a WOD Brawl match there and then put this on, then another angle that follows and something. But I'm not really good at the structuring of the crowd heat kind of thing. I just kind of book it as to the way I want. After that, we have the Nation of Filth attacking Blazing Flames. They are given instruction to attack the Blazing Flames by Travis Sentry. This is to give Travis Sentry and BLZ-Bub something to do after Sam Strong defeats BLZ-Bub later on. And then in the angle, I was kind of hoping for better rating here. We have Ripcord and the Syndicate backstage, but Ripcord walks into Jeb Langley. Jeb Langley says, "I almost had you last week," but Ripcord says, "Almost," kind of insinuating, "No, you didn't." And this is a way to kind of show that Jeb Langley feels like he still has more to do in regards to his feud with the Syndicate. Speaking of which, we have Barry Bone defeating Cowboy Ricky Dale following interference from the Syndicate. I would have had Jeb Langley try to chase off Ripcord during the match just as a way to continue that. So then we can do a Jeb Langley Cowboy, probably Liberty versus the Syndicate, or maybe add Sam Strong and do a 4v4 kind of thing. But yeah, looking forward to that. After that, we have Frankie Future winning the Hardcore title, defeating Charlie Homicide, becoming our second ever Hardcore champion. Pretty simple story there. Charlie Homicide really outperformed Frankie in the match. It was a hardcore match aim. The previous match was a Wild Brawl match aim, and the Dusty versus Romeo was a storytelling match aim. The rest are regular from here on out. But yeah, pretty standard, pretty good match. Um, well, I didn't know what to expect with the hardcore rating, but I'm happy with that. And Frankie Future's our hardcore champion. Now, I would say whatever you think of the hardcore title, it's going to be significantly higher expectations for Total Mayhem coming up next year. We have Eric Tyler defeating Sid Streets. During the match, I would have had the Untouchables kind of interfere, cause havoc for Sid Streets. It just would have been overwhelmed by numbers. Because, like I said with last month with him and versus Dusty, this is kind of like a feud in reverse where they'll now be Sid's eventually going to turn his brother for help, and his brother might will or might turn heel. So that's really the way I got to go. But knowing that Dusty and Sid have bad chemistry as opponents, you probably can imagine where I'm going with that. In our semi-main event, or our third from main event, we have Liberty defeating Damian Carville. Liberty is our international champion. He is the USA guy, named Liberty, versus Damian Carville, who is the international anti-USA guy. And I feel like it's a natural feud over the international title. Liberty wins here, and a pretty good match. And then in our same main event, we have RP Jr. and Jesse Christian defeating the Vessies after RP Jr. cheats to win, pinning Larry Vesey with a roll up or hitting with the title. Doesn't really matter to me. It just matters that he cheats and he knows it. Maybe Jesse Christian and Brian Vesey were like brawling on the side, so Jesse doesn't know that they cheated to win. And this is RP Jr.'s heel turn officially. Now, a little fun thing here is Jesse Christian debuted in the company in June of '97. So he's only been in the company about 4 months, and I'm not sure how a heel turn will go with him. But I feel like that's the natural progression for where the roster needs him as a person, as well as the storyline. So I'll have to think about how I manage that because he's only been in the company so long. But I mean, look at the performance. I mean, yeah, he was carried by the All-Star team, especially Brian Vesey. But absolutely fantastic, and look forward to see how he develops from here. And in our main event, honestly better than expected. Sam Strong defeats BLZ Bub in a solid main event, making his second title defense. Pretty good show. Nothing earth-shattering. The Vessies having such a great match shouldn't surprise me, but I felt like babyface versus babyface team with the heel turn, I wasn't expecting that good. Um, yeah, pretty happy with that. Who are we gonna give shout outs to? Probably just the Vessies, and I guess Sam Strong, because he honestly had a better match than what any of us would have guessed. Like anyone would have guessed. Guessed? I can't talk right now. I tried recording this once already, and it was like as soon as like I listened to it, I just like couldn't. I didn't like it. So I like just redid it. Media scrum. I'm not gonna stress too much about these. Pretty inconsequential. If you play the game, you know. Um, but yeah, so All Star Duo won World Tag titles tonight. They deserve an opportunity to get run. How concerned am I off night? Everyone has off nights. There's tension between Sam Strong and Troy Tornado. It's a non-issue. Larry Vesey was upset that he lost RP Jr. RP Jr. is more popular than Larry Vesey and with the heel turn. So Larry was just really in his feelings. And then I just understand his frustration, be sympathetic. As Frankie Future won the hardcore title, deserves an opportunity to get run a champion. Peter Valentine is happy backstage, thank God. I'm glad that he's having a good time in HGC just because it's Peter Valentine. He's a scumbag. I don't want to upset him. Andy Samstrong's like best friend, so as happy we can keep him, we keep Sam. Cool with me. We don't really review the buy rates or anything. There's literally a plane flying over, so I'm sorry if you hear that. Popularity wise, I feel like it's only Jesse and Frankie that we need to really review. Everyone else is kind of where they're at. Jesse's up to 48 now, so he debuted the company at nothing. He's at 48. He went up 43 points in the past 4 months. His popularity rise is monstrous. Compared to Frankie Future, who's been in the company since January and is now hitting that same point. So I wonder if like I did in reverse, if like we had Jesse Christian in January in his place and Frankie Future's place and Frankie Future and Jesse Christian's place, how that would have worked out. But speaking of Jesse, like I said, if I turn him heel, it's gonna go not great, but I might just do it anyways because like I feel like the company we're pretty deep on the tag team side on baby faces. On the babyface side, we have the Vessies, we have the Blazing Flames, we have Liberty and Cowboy. Don't forget, we have the Streets inevitably, the Island Boys, as well as Steve Grumble and Harry Allen as like our lower card face. In the heel side, we don't really have a heel team that can talk and be entertaining besides Tommy Cornell and Barry Bowen. But I feel like my plans for Tommy Cornell are going to change a little bit just because his popularity run has been so easy compared to Brent Hill as well. Brent Hill was difficult to get over to where he's at now. And I feel like he's finally getting there. admittedly, but like it took 12 points. We got him over 10 months, and it took like a lot of effort. And he's managing Ripcord. So as a manager, just to kind of show, Travis Sentry's been managing BLZ Bub with one win. Keep in mind his one win over the Blazing Flames, and he won from 15 to 24 before the win versus Blazing Flames. So he went up 9 popularity points just managing BLZ Bub, who didn't have angle ratings as good as Ripcord, obviously. Um, so I don't know if that's just like an oversight of the game mechanic thing, but managers do get over, but Brent Hill has been resistant. So I'm not sure. I might kind of keep him aside and just really use Tommy and push Tommy to the moon. But I was not hoping to that because he's only 20 or 19 even, so not sure. Anyways, that's a conversation for another day when we get there. We got 13 shows left this year to get to that 65 point and 6 regions, but we're 5 away. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 5 of these regions to turn to 65, and then we can join Ace as our broadcaster. And then with that, I imagine our rise to being big size and officially being able to go one-on-one with SWF in every merit. Maybe get that talent relations to get what's his name, Bruce the Giant as part of our. Um, is he not even what? So I don't. Okay. Where's Bruce the Giant? They must have him as a different name, or is he just not on the company yet? Bruce the Giant. Oh, he's unimportant. Wait, what? They signed him away from SWF without any popularity in Japan. Wow, I did not know that when I looked at that earlier. I'm sorry, I completely overlooked that. That's so interesting. I wonder what they're gonna. Wow. All right. Um, I wonder how that'll change talent trades whenever we inevitably get them to agree to it. Steve Flash is currently being negotiated with SWF. I feel like I kind of want to sign him, but I might just let him go there. It's a 3-year deal, either way, 4-year deal. Their offer's 3 minus 4. Nonetheless, I just I feel like from a character perspective, it's nothing fantastic with him, but he feels like to me like he'd be like the babyface alternative to the Untouchables, where they're like mid card heels who can put on good matches and like um like they're not gonna be like trendy storylines, but just like except Eric Tyler, but they'll be kind of like we need a challenger, we need a big win, we need a TV main event. So I feel like he can be the babyface counterpart to that. So that's why I feel like he would be a good utility for us to sign, but I'm not 100% sure as the money. I don't know at what point I'm going to be stressed about money, but I mean, we're down 18 mil in 10 months, so something might need to change here soon. Anyways, we'll leave it there. Let me know what you think of the pay-per-view. Pretty happy with it. Um, the reason Total Mayhem, besides Sam Strong Ripcord, got such a good rating is I did give it like a special stage. And if you're ever not sure to do it, it's worth it just because the rating, it does really help the rating. How much did we spend? We only spent an extra $50,000, and I'm telling you, it did help the rating. We will 100% do it for Psycho Circus because Psycho Circus to me will be like our SummerSlam of or whatever WWE's number 2 pay-per-view for you would be is what I want Psycho Circus to be for us of like must watch. So let's just do 100,000 here just to see. And we got Sam Strong versus Ripcord, or Sam Strong versus Eric Tyler, or Sam Strong versus Ripcord versus Eric Tyler versus Jeb Langley. I'm kidding. Can you imagine if they got hurt and they gave Jeb the title? That'd be mind blowing. But yeah, so we got a big main event for the pay-per-view. Sam Strong versus one of our top 2 heels, or both, and then we'll have to see how that develops. More I talk about it, but I don't want to move away from Sid Street. So maybe I don't want to do Sid. I don't want to do a Fatal 4-Way main event after I just did the Cruiserweight Fatal 4-Way. Maybe I just do like Sid and Dusty versus Untouchables while Eric's in the main event. That's tempting. That's something I can think about. Ooh, oh, I'm thinking here. I kind of like that. Um, from like a end game perspective, because then Sam Strong necessarily doesn't have to take the pin to change the title. And again, we're going Hulk Hogan logic here. Even if he like will let Ripcord defeat him, I maybe we'll see. Nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I hope the volume isn't too bad. We've been at yellow-ish. I'm trying to speak to instead of like I'm like fringe yellow green. So I'm hoping it's not too bad. But thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time. Deuces.